You're listening to Where You Live with Gene and Tony.
Welcome back to Where You Live with Gene and Tony. We're broadcasting from the Natural Green Lawn and Landscape Studios. We're brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Kim Bennett Agency, and Extreme Exteriors. You can count on Extreme Exteriors for expert installation of exterior siding, roofing, soffits, fascia, decks, windows, and more. With their knowledge and experience, they can design the perfect solution to make your home beautiful and energy efficient, saving you maintenance and money for years to come. Call Extreme Exteriors at 763-441-1334 and tell them Gene and Tony sent you. Time now to hear from the Community Associations Institute. The CAI Minute is brought to you by New Concepts Rental Management. Whether you're an accidental landlord or a seasoned investor, New Concepts Rental Management can help you achieve your financial goals. New Concepts Rental Management can advise and guide you through every aspect of the business. Give me a call, Tony Crockett at New Concepts Rental Management, 952-922-2500.
Are you a member of the Community Associations Institute? For nearly 40 years, CAI has provided education and resources to volunteer homeowners who govern community associations and the professionals who support them. Visit caionline.org to learn more. That address again is caionline.org. CAI helps community association board members by providing online resources, in-person training, and hard copy publications written by association management experts. CAI offers community managers professional development, networking opportunities, and a certification program that's established as the industry standard nationwide. Minnesota has its own chapter of the Community Associations Institute to bring resources and tools from community associations around the country right to your home. Visit CAIMN.com to learn more and become a member of CAI today. Your community and management company will benefit from your involvement. Join the Community Associations Institute today at CAIMN.com and click on Membership.
So our first story today, Gene, is a very typical thing that occurs in homeowners associations.
Oh, it sure is.
Owners Sam and Maria Farron violated one of the covenants or rules of the association. The association enforced its rule, and they refused to comply. What's different about this is the whole thing escalated over a 4-year period of time. The association ended up spending $400,000 in legal fees as they fought this out in court. I want to say, shame on the Farrons. Shame on them, shame on them, shame on them. They did not react as adults. They didn't just correct the issue and move on with life. And also, she's an attorney.
Yes.
So my other shame on them
Very interesting, isn't it?
There is no way anyone with a brain in their head or any common sense, and we'll assume they have that, would hire an attorney to fight this issue.
To pay all this money for this kind of issue. To pay an attorney.
You would only do this if you could do it for nothing, and that's what they did.
Now, Chris, I want you to play the music that we came in with again. We want to play that in the background, please. There we go. And that's because you're right, Tony. I put a lot of blame on them, but it does take two to tango. And that there is also the other aspect where I think the association board, to allow this to go and escalate to this degree. It says in the article that the association ended up having to take land that they held together, common area, and it was a nice, what was it? A nice sort of a square.
It was the square in the middle of the community, around which the community was formed.
Yes.
All right.
And so they were selling that off to be able to pay the debt. It was either that or else assess all the homeowners, $9,000-$10,000 for this. And you're right. I don't know anybody that would go to this extent unless they were an attorney themselves. They certainly wouldn't pay this out of pocket.
My point. Except the association did.
Yes, and because it wasn't coming out of their pocket, but it was out of the communal pocket of the association. And in that regard, I think they did a great disservice to their owners because they have a financial responsibility. They have a fiduciary responsibility for the finances of the association.
So you also think the board reacted poorly?
Yes. I mean, couldn't this have been settled by the board saying, okay, you've got one fine, but instead of saying, we're going to give you another fine. Some boards will say, we gave you a fine, and every 2 weeks that you don't comply, we're going to add another $100.
Yes.
And it goes on and on and on.
Yes.
Well, that doesn't do anything.
That's right.
But why not have a special meeting of the homeowners to talk about the size of lawn signs during campaigns, and maybe that gets adjusted.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the parents get to hear the perspective that it wasn't just the board, but like I said, a number of other neighbors saying, "Hey, it was too large.
Yeah.
Get with the program. Don't be buttheads."
The board could use a little peer pressure.
Yes,
to their advantage.
Now, one thing that I thought is really telling before we leave this article here, it says the Farron said the HOA had a reputation for a hardline stance. I'm going to take that to mean that anytime someone feels that someone has taken a hardline stance, what they mean is someone didn't give me what I wanted when I wanted. Because guess what? If the hardline stance happens to a neighbor, I bet you the Farrens aren't protesting that. It's right. Only so it seems like I bet you if we went into the archives of this association, I bet you the Farrens have been kind of pushing the envelope. I wouldn't be surprised. Let me put it that way. I wouldn't be surprised if they've been pushing the envelope all this time. Well, anyway, the feuding folks at Fairfax County. That's that story. Let's leave that one, shall we?